Gu Chang'e withdrew his hand, standing high above, looking down, holding a sparkling purple bead. He said to Xiang below, "This thing is a waste in your hands." Gu Chang'e said arrogantly, "I am a kind person. Seeing you like this makes me unable to bear it. Let me send you off happily." Though he said this, Gu Chang'e felt a bit confused inside, as things were not going as he had expected. Strange, I'm really about to kill him, why hasn't help arrived yet? Xiang was already lifeless, lying on the ground, his clothes torn and ragged. He groaned. His eyes slowly closed, whispering, "Save me." Just after Xiang finished speaking, a vortex suddenly appeared in the sky, unfathomable. Gu Chang'e landed on the ground, couldn't hold on anymore. The celestial maidens from the heavenly palace also saw this scene, and they exclaimed in surprise, "That's the Zifu. They really sent someone to rescue Xiang Tianjun." The battle was too intense, even the leader is a real person from the highest third heaven. A group of people walked out from the spinning place, the underworld. The leader spoke, "The younger generation is truly bold beyond measure." Su Chang'e remained calm and faced them. What does the underworld want now?" The person was Lu Ming, and he asked, "What do you mean? You used such vicious methods and severely wounded the heir of the underworld." Lu Ming squinted, looking at Su Chang'e with malice, gritting his teeth as he said, "What punishment should you bear?" Su Chang'e sneered after hearing Lu Ming's words and said disdainfully, "Ridiculous. It's an undeniable fact that the Lord of Death and the heir of the Devil's power have conspired together. If we, the righteous, do not eliminate them, how can we face those fellow cultivators who were harmed in the past?" Lu Ming, like a cat whose tail had been stepped on, roared, "Then his life or death is not for you to decide. The underworld will hunt him down, and after the truth is clear, we will seek justice for the world." As soon as Lu Ming finished speaking, his people immediately responded, "That's right." Su Chang'e calmly retorted, "Oh, senior, you speak on behalf of the underworld. But I heard there's a lot of internal disagreement about this matter, and the opinions aren't unified." The underworld's people gritted their teeth in anger. "You." Lu Ming pointed at Su Chang'e and angrily criticized, "You have a slick mouth and talk nonsense. Don't think that because you're from the Chongqing Su family, no one can control you." Lu Ming exerted force beneath his feet, his tone warning, "Others may fear the Su family, but you." At that moment, invisible force appeared, like a protective shield, attempting to pin Su Chang'e in place. Lu Ming continued, "But we, the underworld, are not afraid." Su Chang'e understood their intent and said, "Looks like the underworld intends to cover this up." Not only Su Chang'e, but the empresses and princesses also felt this force. They whispered, "The pressure of the supreme realm is indeed terrifying. This time, Brother Su might be in trouble." Su Chang'e broke into a cold sweat. Although his body was restricted by Lu Ming's force, he still extended his hand to use his own power, forming a sword, and firmly said, "Today, no one will take away the Lord of Death." Lu Ming couldn't believe it and shouted, "Su Chang'e, you dare!" Su Chang'e's force blade rushed towards the Lord of Death but was blocked by Lu Ming. Lu Ming almost went mad, his eyes turning white, his face twisted like a ghost as he lunged at Su Chang'e, "If you seek death, then the Su family can't blame me." Just as Lu Ming's deadly strike was about to reach Su Chang'e loudly called, "Aunt Qing." A thunderous explosion rang out, and the pressure of the force extended on the ground, causing considerable damage. King Lugua said, "Quick, get out of the way, the impact is too great." The empresses stared blankly at the scene. Everyone hurriedly flew higher, seeing the remnants of the force in the air, and they confusedly asked each other, "Such a strong attack, how is young Master Su?" Lu Ming froze. The person standing before him was not Su Chang'e but Aunt Qing. She was using her own power to break the attack in his hands. Lu Ming was shocked. "You are..." Su Chang'e stood behind, clasping his hands in salute to Aunt Qing. "Thank you for stepping in, Aunt Qing." Aunt Qing waved her hand, releasing a green force, and coldly responded, Feeling the immense force about to strike, Lu Ming, terrified, quickly shouted, "No. We should talk." Before he could finish, Aunt Qing's force turned into a vortex, sending him back into the dust, vanishing with the wind. The Lord of Death weakly looked up from afar, his gaze complicated. The underworld's people were pale, emotionally broken, and shouted, "The Uncle Master has perished." He was a supreme realm expert. The Lord of Death's condition worsened. His body trembled as he struggled to lift his head. With a slap, he fell, completely drained, coughing up blood. The empresses were also stunned, discussing fervently, "This is the Su family." They instantly erased a supreme position. This person must have emperor-level cultivation. Zi Yan stood behind the immortal emperor princess, stunned, murmuring the word "Shishu, master uncle." On the ground, Chang'e joined his hands to bid farewell to Qing Di, whose elegance was no less than in the past. "Thank you for protecting the Tao, Chang'e." "Safe travels," Qing Di said, before disappearing like shattered mirror pieces healing. Gu Chang'e looked at this unique departure method and couldn't help but twitch his lips, clicking his tongue. The Purple Mansion people, having lost Lu Ming, were like headless flies, panicking and shouting to each other, "Quick, return to the Purple Mansion and report, open the teleportation channel to leave now." Before they could finish speaking, 3 channels opened above their heads, and they grew even more frantic. "Not good. Those are the immortal armor guards of the Gu family. Gu Chang'e must have already planned ahead, we've fallen into a trap." Gu Chang'e teleported behind the Purple Mansion people, "Want to leave? Didn't you just want to make a move on me?" Upon seeing Gu Chang'e, they broke into a cold sweat and stammered, "Long song, misunderstanding. It was Shishu who sent us, we don't know the specifics." "Why yes, we aren't really familiar with Xiang." Gu Chang'e raised his hand, "Oh. Then let me tell you, the Purple Mansion colluded with the heir of the demonic art, killed their peers, and there's no need for their existence. But since you recognize the situation, your death sentence can be avoided, but your punishment cannot." Gu Chang'e ordered, "Take them all." The immortal armor guards of the Gu family obeyed the order and captured the Purple Mansion people. The immortal Emperor Princess beside asked Lu Guan Wang, "Isn't he really unconcerned about forcibly capturing them?" Lu Guan Wang replied, "What does he need to care about? He killed even the Supreme of the Purple Mansion with a word. It seems Gu Chang'e has already planned everything, he's really going to destroy the Purple Mansion." After the situation settled, Gu Chang'e flew to sit beside Gu Xiener, who was crouching on the ground. Gu Xiener sat with her knees hugged, looking melancholic. Gu Chang'e said, "What are you still dawdling for? Let's go, it's all over. Xiang has been captured, and will soon find Qin Xiaoyi's whereabouts." Gu Xiener responded softly, At this moment, Gu Chang'e also noticed something strange in her attitude. I traveled so far to save you, and this is the attitude you have?" Gu Xiener still kept her head lowered, "I didn't want to doubt you. I thought you were just here to save me, but it seems you've already arranged everything, even making Qing Di take action. She is an emperor-level expert of the Gu family." Gu Chang'e walked in front of Gu Xiener. "Oh. Are you wondering if what Xiang Tianjun said is true?" Gu Xiener remained silent. Gu Chang'e kneeled on one knee, looked at Gu Xiener, and slowly said, "Am I really the heir of the demonic art?" Gu Xiener was shocked, looking up at Gu Chang'e in surprise, asking, "You, how do you know?" Gu Chang'e replied indifferently, "Of course, I know. Because when Xiang Tianjun said those words to you, I was here, and I heard everything." He stood up, seemingly acknowledging everything, and continued, "Even if he says I'm the heir of the demonic art, that you were their junior in your past life, and the reincarnation water said everything to you, will you believe it?" Gu Xiener quickly explained, "Don't overthink it, I was just speaking nonsense." Gu Chang'e, however, said, "The reason I said these things is to make you understand one thing." Gu Xiener lowered her head, saying, "I understand. Actually, you don't need to explain. I believe you. He denied her words. No, everything they said is true. So from now on, stay away from me. Who knows, one day, if you anger me, I might throw you into the dungeon, drink your blood, strip your bones, and devour your essence, to let you understand the consequences of trusting me. Gu Xian'er wasn't afraid of the threat. Instead, she said sadly, with your current strength, if you really wanted to do that, why go through all this trouble? Just now, when you saw me injured by Xiang Tianjun, you couldn't help but show yourself, right? Gu Chang'e revealed a smile as if he controlled everything, then said, I originally thought that with all the heavenly materials and treasures you've cultivated with, you would be able to withstand a few moves. Unfortunately, you really disappointed me. She got angry and said, enough. Gu Chang'e, did you enjoy watching me just now? Gu Chang'e immediately denied, I didn't. Gu Xian'er angrily responded, you're just someone who's hard on the outside but soft on the inside. A furious shout echoed from the Purple Mansion, Elder, your actions have pushed the entire Purple Mansion into a fire pit, burying it in the abyss. Ziyan continuously reprimanded the Purple Mansion Elder in the hall. Xiang colluded with the heir of the demonic art, and the whole world knows. Why send Shishu to save him, endangering his life? Today, the Academy is recalling all disciples because the Changxinggu family, the Immortal Emperor Mountain, the Endless Fire Domain, and many other forces have been slaughtered by the demonic art heir. They are about to join forces to exterminate the Purple Mansion. Is this the result you want? The old man reminded, Ziyan, mind your tone. Don't forget, your father gained power thanks to who? Also, what do you understand? Everything I've done for the Purple Mansion. Xiang was the future of the Purple Mansion, we cannot lose him. The Purple Mansion Elder continued, I visited a master and divined the heavens. If he meets with misfortune, the Purple Mansion will be destroyed within 100 years. So don't casually question my intentions. She responded with confusion, what? The future 100 years from now? Right now, the various sects have united to attack the Purple Mansion. Whether we can last a year is uncertain. The old man slapped the arm of his chair, angrily shouting, preposterous. Looks like you didn't learn much at the True Immortal Academy, but learned to disrespect your elders. The Purple Mansion Elder continued, your father has temporarily stepped down. Now the Purple Mansion is under my command. If you understand, leave. Ziyan immediately spoke up, wait. I still have one question. Elder, Ziyan just wants to ask, if you insist on saving Xiang, how will you deal with the Changxinggu family? The old man stood up and answered, the Immortal Gu family has stood for a long time, undoubtedly very mysterious, with an impressive foundation. However, since the existence of the Purple Mansion, we have endured countless hardships and remain immortal. How can we be considered a trivial small sect? Gu Chang'e's slander, the Immortal Gu family must know, yet they still condone him. How can this be said to be our Purple Mansion covering up mistakes? The Grand Elder of the Purple Mansion showed a trace of fierceness on his face and continued, moreover, the supreme bloodline of our Purple Mansion, how could it flow in vain? She looked at the old man using his power to teleport away and angrily scolded, bastard. Grand Elder, you are being stubborn and complacent. A mysterious place appeared, resembling a gate, and 3 purple energies were converging within. The Grand Elder of the Purple Mansion looked at the person in front of him and pleaded, Senior, today the Purple Mansion is in great danger. I humbly ask you to divine once more. Is there a way to break this? The old man sighed and said, I can no longer perform a complete divination, but the Grand Elder of the Purple Mansion still clasped his hands and urgently begged, Senior, you helped our founder establish the Purple Mansion in the past, and later took note of Xiang's rise. Now, I am powerless and unable to protect the future of the Purple Mansion. I humbly request that you divine once more for the Purple Mansion. The person sighed again, then turned around, his gaze blank, his appearance withered and lifeless, asking, Speak, what do you wish to divine this time? The Grand Elder of the Purple Mansion respectfully answered, against the immortal Gu family, what chance does our Purple Mansion have? The old man calculated with his fingers while murmuring, the immortal Gu family, how, seeing him coughing non-stop, the Grand Elder anxiously asked, Senior. The other hesitated, it's 10, upon hearing the first two words, the Grand Elder excitedly said, a tenfold chance. The old man turned his head, blood dripping from the corner of his mouth, and slowly said, 10 deaths, no life. Someone stood on a cliff, with purple light rushing towards him. Gu Changa clasped his hands in salute and respectfully said, it's been many years. Qing Di is still as graceful as ever. Now even the supreme experts can be instantly erased. I truly admire you. Qing Di coldly responded, no need for flattery. How many years has it been? Have you stopped calling me? She continued, I thought you had forgotten I was the protector. He scratched his head and awkwardly denied, how could that be? Changa would never dare. What does Qing Di mean by this? Are you blaming me? Qing Di turned away and coldly responded, you seem a bit different from before. Gu Changa asked in confusion, what part of me does Qing Di think is unlike before? She answered, you now have more humanity. He retorted, is Qing Di saying that I wasn't human before? Qing Di denied, no, the you of the past, were never human. Gu Changa helplessly replied, Qing Di still loves to joke. She said, if your methods weren't still cruel, I'd almost think you were possessed. He said solemnly, seems like you're dissatisfied with the current me. She denied again, no, you're fine now, better than before. Qing Di's words made Gu Changa fall into thought, I have humanity. No, I need to leave a deeper impression. Elsewhere, a piercing scream echoed. Ziyang roared in anger, Gu Changa, you will not have a good death. He calmly replied, is this the future that Xiener foresaw? Quite accurate. Only, the person imprisoned in the bone-picking dungeon has changed to you. He pleaded, give me a quick end. Gu Changa coldly refused, that won't do. I want the Purple Mansion to be deceived into thinking they can still save you, then I'll use them. This made Ziyang curse, you, heartless thing. Gu Changa slowly extended his hand towards his body and softly said, I also want to refine a secret treasure to help me predict the future, like you. So, after taking your bones. He touched the heavenly eye and continued, I want to borrow your heavenly eye for a moment. Gu Changa's gaze changed, exuding an invisible murderous intent, and said, and your senior brother Chen Wuyan, his fate has already been decided. If you want to blame anyone, blame yourself. You shouldn't have focused on Xiener in the first place. Ziyang angrily shouted, Gu Changa, you beast. Outside, Gu Xiener ran over and asked, I think I heard Lord Ziyang screaming in agony just now. He comforted her, it's nothing. I just used a little force when asking about Qin Xiaoyi's whereabouts. She continued to ask, do you have any clues? Gu Changa replied, don't worry, I already have them. He then took out a bottle containing reincarnation lake water and said, by the way, this is the reincarnation water Chen Wuyan mentioned back then. I checked it, and there's nothing wrong, right? She took the bottle and asked curiously, reincarnation water, can it help restore past life memories? Gu Changa shrugged and answered, maybe it can, maybe not, I can't be sure about that. Gu Xiener turned her head and asked, so, do you want me to drink it? He replied, I respect you. Anyway, you won't be able to defeat me even if you drink it. Gu Changa glanced deeply and said, some things need to be decided by you yourself, after all, it's your life. After hearing this, she poured out the water from the bottle and smiled, I think the current life is great, and I don't care whether what they say is true or false. He saw the water being poured out and scolded, heavens, how can you waste so much? You can't just return it to me if you're not going to drink it. What's wrong with you? Gu Xiener retorted, Gu Changa, are you dumb? I'm so loyal, and you're here upset about that reincarnation water. Gu Changa responded, do you think it's something you can find in the market? The reincarnation water is extremely precious. Are you going to pay for it?